The scene begins with a carriage transporting a prisoner, heavily guarded by 9 powerful warriors. The prisoner being moved is our protagonist, Qin, who acknowledges that he might be the most unlucky transmigrator in history. Thinking about how transmigrators usually ascend to the top of the world, recalling the novels he had read. The original body was the third prince, falsely accused of embezzling money from the treasury and relegated by the emperor, sent to the border to serve as a laborer. Qin, with a glimmer of hope sparking in his heart, reassured himself that if this were an ordinary ancient time, he might still have a chance to survive. But his hopes were utterly destroyed, thinking that this was an era of gods and demons. There is a cultivation system in this era as follows: key condensation, foundation establishment, golden core, nascent soul, and immortal ascension, and more. Our main character was at the swint layer of chi condensation, while those who were guarding him to prevent escape were at the 4th layer of the condensation realm. The carriage suddenly stopped, which made Qin wonder why they had stopped suddenly. The Imperial Guards suddenly opened the steel doors, their eyes filled with hate and malice, cracking their knuckles as they told each other, "This is far from the royal capital. The master said we can do what we want with him." One of the guards reached out his hand to our boy, Qin, who looked at him with sweat dripping down his face. The Imperial Guard grabbed him by the collar, pulled him with great force, and threw him out of the carriage onto the ground as they laughed at our protagonist's patheticness. "What do you want?" said the protagonist as he turned to look at the Imperial Guard. By looking at them, he was stricken with fear. The 4 Imperial Guards just looked at him, laughing, and each had bad intentions towards him. Qin, noticing the malice on their faces, told them that if they dared to murder the third prince, it would be a huge crime, and if his father, the king, found out, they would not be spared. One of the soldiers replied to our boy with a heartwarming blow to the face, telling him that if he still thought he was the almighty prince from the past. "Look at this trash. His cultivation is even worse than us, brothers," spoke the soldier as he stepped on Qin. Exerting force with his foot, the guard told Qin to know his place, that he is a sinner, trash. Even if he gets killed, he is doing right among wrong in accordance with heaven's decree. Qin was groaning in pain. The guard, with disgust, spat saliva on the suffering Qin's face, telling the rest of his soldiers that they had taken a lot from road escorting this trash. To compensate themselves, they should beat up our protagonist first to vent their anger. Filled with motivation, another approached, cracking his hand, saying that the master had instructed that he shouldn't be allowed a quick death. Another, with excitement, said he had always been irritated with this annoying trash of our MC. Our boy seriously got jumped by his subordinate. Shit, they really got him lacking. A sound resounded, and seeing a system tab saying that our boy has activated the myth system successfully. Having activated the myth system for the first time, he was rewarded 1 random god summon and 1 lucky draw chance. Shocked, he saw, thinking that this myth system is his cheat to this barbaric world. Our boy knew he had to do something, or he will die. He shouted inwardly to the system to summon. The system told our boy that the summon of gods and demons is in random mode, and the host draws depend on his luck. The soldier who had encouraged the rest told them to continue to vent out their anger, and each they all agreed and told him how freaking great they feel. Our hero laid there thinking that whoever he summons, he hopes it will be good to send this motherfucker straight to their ancestors. The leader of the soldiers, reaching out his hand, saying, "It's time to follow their master's instructions," he held our boy Qin by the throat, lifting him in the air, and began to choke him, leaving our boy Qin defenseless. He just struggled and tried to tell the soldier to let him go. The soldier who was choking our hero turned and laughed, saying that our main character wasn't worthy of being trash with his puny strength. It feels like he's tickling him, and the rest laughed at his words. Qin, feeling his consciousness drifting away from his body, questioned where his summon is. If this continues, I am afraid. The soldiers turned towards the voice in shock and fear to see who was there. One of them shouted, "Someone is in the sky." The figure in the air didn't hesitate and launched an attack, which seemed as tails extending, but they contained terrifying power. The tail hit the soldier who was choking our boy close to death. The force that the man was hit with threw him at a super speed that his accomplices didn't realize he was missing before them when they had someone crashing down behind them. White cloud and enchanting smoke covered the surrounding where our boy Chin-jun is. He stood up coughing, thanking that he's not dead yet, saying that he is saved. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the birth of the ruler of gods and demons. We see a body of a woman forming next to our boy, who was surprised by what was happening. The system congratulated our boy for winning the nine-tailed demon fox Daji. Daji looked at the Imperial guards and told them they have a lot of nerve touching her lord. The guards, seeing Daji, were bewitched by her beauty, which left all guards stunned. Mom taught our boy that after he was blessed by Daji, he should rest his head on her melons. Bro is winning at life. My lord, do not be afraid. With me here, no one can hurt you in the future. Daji reassured our hero, who then realized it was Daji. The protagonist, who seemed to have lost his senses, thought about how Daji is worthy of being called a country disaster by the people, as her body just makes him love it more and more. Bold! Who do you think you are to lay your hands on the kingdom's imperial guards? Shouted one of the guards, trying to resist Daji's enchanting beauty. Daji, putting herself in front of our hero to protect him, told the imperial guards that they were mere ants and not even worthy of knowing her name. A system window appeared before our hero, Chin-jun, showing Daji's stats. Her source is at the investiture of the gods. Race is a nine-tailed demon fox. Cultivation is at the immortal ascension 5th layer. And her techniques are the heavenly fox technique and seductive heart technique. Her innate ability is the nine-tailed demon fox body with a loyalty level of 90. The system reminded our MC that if the loyalty level of gods and demons hit 0, they would betray him. Chin-jun, seeing that Daji's cultivation was at the immortal ascension 5th layer, which was higher than the nascent soul realm, began to question if it was really true or false. Daji told the Imperial guards that it would not be a big problem to send all of them to the underworld for hurting her lord. "Brothers, let's fight her together," charged the guard who attacked our boy. They rushed towards their grim reaper, Daji. Daji, not wanting to waste her energy fighting garbage, released her immortal ascension, 5th layer cultivation aura, instantly annihilating the Imperial guards. Seeing this, Chin-jun was amazed and thought that this was the real deal. Daji just giggled, seeing her master proud and happy with her actions. She turned to our boy, saying she arrived late and let her lord suffer. Our boy blushed, his face turning red, and replied to Daji that he was fine. Inwardly, he thought about how fierce Daji is, but he also liked it. Bro got the tsundere fetish. Daji came close to our hero, and with a flick of her finger, the cuff chains on our boy's hands instantly shattered like glass. This surprised and shocked Chin-jun. Free at last, thought our hero, looking at his hands free from the chains and cuffs. One of the Imperial guards tried to get away, and our boy notified Daji, who instantly vanished from her initial position and appeared behind the Imperial guard, crushing his back with destructive force, the sound of bones breaking heard. The Imperial guard lay there, his life hanging by a thread, unable to move after Daji's single attack. Our boy approached, telling Daji to excuse him, which she complied with, standing beside the guard, the same guard who had choked him, whose soul was now ready to ascend to the afterlife. Our boy, kind and compassionate, was about to give him a wonderful parting blow to send him on his way to his ancestors. Our boy launched his parting gift, to the kind guard who had struggled with him, telling him he was going to give him a heartwarming send-off.
First blood.
A system notification popped up, informing our boy that he had killed a QI condensation 5th layer soldier, gained 50 XP, and congratulated our hero for activating the profile template. Our boy, upon seeing this and realizing that he had actually killed someone with a single punch, was notified by the system that the world he had transmigrated into was where the strong prevailed. Our boy knew that the system was right, and if he didn't change his way of thinking and hesitated to kill his enemies, he would be the one to visit his ancestors in the afterlife. The system brought up our hero's stats, showing his race as human. His cultivation was at the chi condensation 2nd level. He had no bloodline, no innate ability, and only one technique at the mid-rank. His current summon is the 9-tailed demon fox Daji. Looking at the system tab, our boy Qinjun wondered why he felt like he was playing an online game, given the way the system displayed his stats. The system reassured our hero not to overthink, as he had transmigrated from the 21st century, and the system had adapted to Earth's game data. Reflecting on the system's response, our hero knew that nothing good could be given without consequences. So, he asked what the purpose of the myth system was. The system listened to our hero's words and thought for an answer. If you wish for more of the series, please like and subscribe. Also, I had promised to produce the series earlier and failed. To compensate, you can choose which series on the channel you would like to see published more. Looking at the system tab, our boy Qinjun wondered why he felt like he was playing an online game, given the way the system displayed his stats. The system reassured our hero not to overthink, as he had transmigrated from the 21st century, and the system had adapted to Earth's game data. Reflecting on the system's response, our hero knew that nothing good could be given without consequences. So, he asked what the purpose of the myth system was. The system listened to our hero's words and thought for an answer, in which it replied, telling our hero that he's too weak and currently not qualified to know the ultimate goal of the system. He should strive to first have a girlfriend, which was his greatest obstacle in his past and current life.
Oh, that one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it.
Hearing this, our boy Qinjun felt like the system had to extract and devour his dignity like that. Before we continue, if you want to see more of the series, the goal is 10 likes and 100 views before 48 hours finish, and I will upload early. Thank you for 100 views. Okay, let's get back to the series. Qinjun, listening to the system, didn't care to resist, but rather just enjoyed the benefits it comes with. Thinking in this world where the strong prey on the weak, he can't be soft-hearted. Qinjun, realizing killing cultivators made him stronger, told Daji to beat the Imperial Guards to a state of dying, and he would personally send them off to their forefathers, in which Daji replied with a yes, with happiness on her face as she went to send the Imperial Guards to a state of ascending. Qinjun, with eyes red like a demon preying on its enemies, gave out a malicious smile, holding the sword on his back, ready to give the guards an honorable and soul-touching execution to the afterlife. Our hero began his killing spree. The system sounded that he killed a QI condensation 5th layer soldier and gained 40 XP. Another system resounded, notifying our hero that he killed a QI condensation of the 5th layer soldier and gained 35 XP. Then the system went silent, calculating the experience gained by our boy. Then a system notification congratulated Qinjun that he had advanced to the chi condensation 4th layer. The notification got Qinjun's attention, who had finished sending off the Imperial Guards. Qinjun didn't believe that he had jumped from the 2nd layer of the condensation stage to the 4th layer of the condensation stage in an instant, making Qinjun laugh, thinking if he's going to become the Superman of this era. Looking at the system profile template analyzing his strength and weakness, when a mission was triggered by the system to kill the fifth prince Qin Yu, and that if he succeeds, he will be rewarded with 150,000 experience points and a random lottery draw. Seeing the triggered mission made Qin Jun smile, saying the previous owner was killed by this guy, so since his revenge is my revenge, I now possess this body. Telling the fifth prince to wait for him to return to the royal capital to send him to meet his ancestral tree in the afterlife. The system activated a storyline mission for our boy to reign over the Dry Moon Kingdom, in which, if he completes it, he will receive 500,000 of experience and a random draw to summon any gods and demons. And the mission duration was 5 years. He tells the system that the EXP is so generous, questioning what if he fails the mission, in which the system tells him that if he fails the mission, his status will be deprived, left being a homeless bugger. This answer from the system made Qin Jun be struck by fear and shock to his core by such consequences. But the system told him that there wasn't any penalty if he fails a side mission. Kun Jun gets disappointed that it's just like a game and there was a game over. Brother wanted to turn this world into his creative mode. Turning back, looking at the angelic beauty of Daji, thinking to himself that even though Daji is strong, it shouldn't be easy for them to get away for long. Our boy Qin Jun thinks if he summons higher gods or demons, such as the great sage Sun Wukong, famously known as the Monkey King, Erlang Shen, a Chinese mythology protector prominent in Taoism whose specialty is to subdue demons and evil spirits, even in Zeha, the third Lotus Prince, he would be invincible. Feeling on top of the world with devious laughs coming from his evil smile. When he remembered that the system had given him a random lottery draw when he reached the 4th layer of the condensation stage, the system asked our boy Qin Jun if he would like to start the random lottery draw. In happiness, he just shoved a thumbs up, saying, "Of course." And oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, this random draw was diabolical. He got an infinite desert eagle. I repeat, an infinite desert eagle. Let me tell you how broken this is. It doesn't need bullets, as our boy's inner chi will be used as a power source. I repeat, a power source, not bullets. As he gets stronger and has stronger chi means, indeed, you guessed it right, infinite bullets. With a dubious look on his face, our boy decided to test out his blicky, and, ooh boy, does this thing have the firepower of a tank? It shatters a boulder instantly with terrifying energy that the ground shook around the area of impact, leaving a serious indentation on the cliff. And yes, this is just the beginning of the series, and this guy has an infinite desert eagle. Other than that, he has a system, and on top of that, he has Daji, who is at the pinnacle of cultivation, which is the immortal ascension realm, the badge of immortality. After such destruction, this crackhead tells himself that having the desert eagle is like having a small artillery and that it doesn't have any recoil. Daji came close to see the desert eagle that our boy was putting away close to his relic staff. Daji asks our boy what weapon it is that its power is completely at the upper yellow grade. Our cracked head just tells her that it's called a desert eagle. But Daji just asked why our boy's spear is so short.
What do you mean by that?
I hope you meant the gun, not the other thing, said Qin Jun, panicking and blushing, feeling that his manhood was about to be violated. Our boy covered his face in shame and disappointment, thinking about how he forgot that it was the first time for Daji to see that kind of weapon. Daji was confused, trying to make a comparison of the spear and the gun in her head. Our hero recalled that he had to confirm Daji's original memory since she was summoned by the gods and demons' random draw. Qin Jun asked her if she knows King Zhou, in which Daji asks, "Who is that?" "A monarch," replied our hero, in which Daji just replies, saying, "A monarch. I only know you, my lord?" Qin Jun laughs, listening to her reply, which made him relieved. Our boy thinks that Daji only has him in her heart. Daji asks our protagonist where they are heading next, in which he tells her that he first needs to take a bath. He wants to use one of the Imperial Guard's bodies and took his clothes. Nah, brother is just ruthless. He kills you, then leaves you naked in the open, even in the afterlife. That guy won't be peaceful. The world lies still beneath the shimmering embrace of the night. A blanket of darkness envelops the land, broken only by the ethereal glow of the moon. Its silver radiance cascades across the terrain, bathing everything it touches in a soft, luminous sheen. We see our boy and Daji walking through the forest under the soft, luminous sheen of the moonlight. Our boy transfixed, captivated by the beauty of Daji, thinking that him, a lonely man, together with a woman, together in the wild mountains country in a windy night, not sure what will happen between them. Having passionate thoughts of himself and Daji made our boy more and more excited. "My lord, there is a sound of running water ahead," said Daji, who interrupted our boy, who coughed to cover his blushed face, saying that they should head there because he couldn't stand the dirt on his body. Listening to his words, Daji apologizes for not quickening the pace and quickly holds our boy and flew in the air. Our hero, panicking, questions if he is really flying. Daji, seeing our boy's terrified face, she tapped him, then pulled him close to her melons, which instantly put our boy to rest mode, thinking how soft they are, thinking it's something he can experience for free too. "My lord, don't be afraid," assured Daji. Our boy, the Sigma he was becoming, just replied that, "Who said he's afraid?" "Oh, then why is my lord's heart beating so fast? Is he shy and in love?" asked Daji, her cheeks red. Our boy's face was turning red, blushing and stammering, rendering him unable to form words, in which Daji just giggled. "Here it is," said Daji as she descended gently down the calm river. She gently put down our boy as he began walking in the opposite direction of Daji. Daji just looked at our shy boy kicking the water as he walked like a child, a smile on her face, her gaze focused on Qinjun, who tried to think of how he is going to take a bath. Thinking to himself that he doesn't have a hobby of people watching him take a bath, he asked Daji if she was just going to stand there. Daji, with a naughty glance, looked at Qinjun, saying, "Does my lord want me to serve him to take a bath?" Hearing her words, our boy, making his ancestors proud and throwing shame of his dictionary, shouted, "Yes, of course," as he entered a Super Saiyan virgin god. Daji approached the river slowly with her delicate feet, taking one step after the other, approaching our eager boy, Qinjun. The more she moved closer, the more our boy's face became hot red. Our boy became like a dog looking at Daji, ready to pounce on her at any moment. When Daji halted and, in seriousness, turned her head, saying that someone is coming. Hearing this, Qinjun was about to have a stroke and die in shock at that moment. On a different scene, we see two people whom Daji had sensed approaching. It was a boy and a girl who were running in the middle of the forest. "Senior brother, I can't run anymore," said the girl who is the daughter of the patriarch of the Xuanling sect. Her name is Chang Qianqian. "Hold on, it's important to escape now," replied the young man, who is the grand disciple of the Xuanling sect. His name is Chang Hao. Our boy was not happy indeed, thinking that someone had disturbed his good time. Seeing both of them approaching, Qinjun didn't expect to meet a golden core cultivator in the middle of nowhere, wondering how they could appear here. Chang Qianqian, the girl, warned Daji and our boy to run away as they were being chased by the maniac General Xiahou. Chang Hao, the grand disciple, asked why their junior sister had warned them, thinking that Daji and our hero would have delayed the maniac General Xiahou for a moment as they escaped. Qinjun, upon hearing the name Maniac General Xiahou N, recalled from the previous owner's memory that General Xiahou N was once the general of the Dry Moon Kingdom. Due to his lustful nature, not only did he rob people's daughters, but he also had an affair with one of the emperor's concubines, which angered the emperor and led to Nan Meng being sent to kill Xiahou N. Xiahou En raised his flag, rebelled, burned things, and looted the people wantonly, causing suffering because he was too strong and no one could compete. Qin Jun recalled that the previous owner's father would clear his name if he took Xiahou En's head. Both of them stopped when Chang Hao was mesmerized by Daji's beauty. Still looking at Daji, Chang Hao couldn't resist and complimented Daji inwardly on how beautiful she was. Our boy, seeing how Chang Hao looked at Daji, was annoyed. He quickly appeared close to Daji, putting his hand around her and moving her close to him, asking Chang Hao what he was looking at, and telling him that if he wanted to run, he should run. Chang Qianqian was annoyed by our boy asking him that she had just warned him and questioned his attitude. Chang Hao, annoyed, just said that Qin Jun was a brat courting death. Our boy just huffed and said that he didn't need their warning and that Xiahou En was nothing. This stunned the two, thinking how he wasn't afraid of Xiahou En. Chang Hao, annoyed, thought that our boy, who seemed like a beggar, was truly a master. Even though he thought our boy was a big mouth, he believed that the former General Xiahou En was a stronger golden cultivator who could kill our MC with just one finger. Annoyed, Chang Hao told Qin Jun that he had never seen a golden core expert under the age of 20 and asked if our boy was pretending to be a master in front of him. He told his junior sister to leave and not follow our foolish boy to his death. Before they could even move, they heard a huge crash behind them and a terrifying voice saying, "Leave? Do you think you can?" The figure landing with full force destroyed and pushed away rocks, emanating a terrifying aura with fire accumulated around him that could instantly kill a normal person. Indeed, the towering monstrosity that had arrived was truly the Dry Moon Kingdom's maniac general, Xiahou En. His body was built with muscles truly befitting his title, the Maniac General. And indeed, the towering monstrosity that had arrived was truly the Dry Moon Kingdom's Maniac General, Xiahou En. Xiahou En gave a menacing smile towards them, thinking he instilled fear that they didn't dare run. But the true menace of society had awakened, and our boy, Qin Jun, whom looked at Xiahou En, thinking that if he killed a golden core realm cultivator, how many experience points would he earn? Bro was sizing up Xiahou En like a day trader looking at the next upcoming stocks, admitting it may be over for them. When Chang Qianqian jumped on him, yelling for someone to help them, and Chang Hao, who saw Xiahou En, immediately passed out, to tell his ancestor that he may be joining them in a few. Qin Jun told Chang Qianqian, who was holding him tightly, that he was choking and to let go, but she refused. Xiahou En looked at them, wondering what they were doing. When he saw the most beautiful woman, he vowed to himself to take her. Daji, annoyed by his glance, told Xiahou En that if he dared to look again, she would gouge his eyes out, in which he replied that she didn't need to worry. She'll have a taste tonight. If he knew he had solidified his trip to the afterlife by saying such words. Daji tells our boy to relax and be beaten close to death, to which Qin Jun replies by saying, "Good," in which Daji, after getting approval from his lord Qin Jun, gave Xiahou En a glare that said, "You messed up." Daji quickly rushed towards Xiahou En, who wasn't expecting such speed. Daji converged thunder into her palms with a murderous look on her face. Xiahou En was struck to the chest. That attack was powerful, with a huge force that pushed many things away, and the impact force was greater, shattering Xiahou En's bones, crushing his inner organs, and coming through from his back. It happened so fast that Xiahou En's brain was still stunned, and he didn't realize that he had been seriously injured by Daji's attack. When physics finally caught up with Daji's speed, Xiahou En was launched back with a destructive force that split the earth open. That demonstration of power had never been seen in this part of the lands. Xiahou En, using his weapon, tried to stop himself from going backward. He called Daji a bitch and said he would kill him. He instantly charged, unleashing a serious killing intent, and ignited his weapon in flames. Daji also charged, but her movements were smooth, as if she was the wind herself. "Watch out!" shouted Qinjun, warning Daji of the incoming strike aimed to kill approaching her face. Daji, seeing it, found it so pathetic that she just caught Xiahou En's attack with 2 fingers. Seeing this, the collapsed Chang Hao and the fearful Chang Qianqian were astonished by Daji's strength. Daji swiped away Xiahou En like terms and agreement not worthwhile to look at. Xiahou En was slammed into the ground by Daji's flick, which crushed the ground. Annoyed, she dragged Xiahou En's body to our boy, Qinjun, dropping Xiahou En's body to the ground, who was close to death, saying, "My lord, it is done." Xiahou En, trembling, his body aching in pain, blood dripping from his nose, and with a serious look on his face, asked, "Who in hell are they?" Qinjun was grateful that Xiahou En had come to him willingly. Grateful? Willingly? You call it gratitude by beating me close to ascension to the afterlife? Thought Xiahou En, who spat out blood in shock. "My lord, what do we do with him?" asked Daji. Xiahou En was shocked that Daji called our boy, who was at the 4th layer of the qi condensation stage, her lord. Xiahou thought that if he waited for our boy to get close, he could use Qinjun as a bargaining chip to humiliate Daji. He thought as he clenched his fist in excitement, thinking how he'll get his revenge. Can someone tell this man the crackhead of our MC is? Our MC approached with a serious face when he pulled out the blicky, and oh boy. He was thinking how strong a golden core condensation stage cultivator is and how many experience points he will get. Seeing that Qinjun was getting closer, Xiahou En decided to take this as his advantage and attack our MC by channeling energy in his attack. Chang Qianqian and Daji shouted for our boy to watch out from Xiahou En's attack. Our boy didn't even hesitate. Xiahou En wondered how that was even possible. His eyes deeply focused on our boy, thinking who was our MC and why in the world did he encounter him. Xiahou En's body fell down lifeless. So close. So close. This guy almost had me, thought Qinjun as he let out a deep breath. The system told our boy that for killing a golden core 9th layer expert, he had gained 10,000 experience points. Huge power circulated our boy, and he felt his body feeling lighter, softer, and sharper. The system congratulated him for breaking from the 4th layer of the condensation stage to the 4th layer of the foundation establishment realm. From breaking through the realm of condensation realm to the foundation establishment realm, the system awarded our boy with a ticket to summon a random god and demon. Bro is broken and still receiving more broken subordinates. Chang Qianqian praised our boy for being awesome, while Chang Hao didn't believe that Qinjun, our boy, was at the foundation realm and was an expert. It wasn't possible. Qinjun asked the system how the experience points were calculated, to which the system told him that if he kills someone hostile towards him, he gains experience points. But if he kills an innocent person, he doesn't get experience points. Qinjun, having already grasped the system's understanding of points, just told the system to summon gods and demons. He was hoping to summon the great sage, which would basically make him invincible, having such a god beside him. The system began the random draw of gods and demons. Then the system showed 3 question marks, which made it appear to have broken. Then it congratulated our boy, Qinjun, for winning the draw of gods and demons and that his summon is on his way. Seeing this, our crackhead of an MC was frustrated, asking the system that it should tell him what god or demon he won instead of showing him 3 question marks. Our MC, in his Delulu thoughts, was thinking if he had summoned the great sage this time. The system notified our boy that his summon would approach him within 24 hours. Qinjun, seeing this, gave in to the system's demeanor of being mysterious and told it he would play its game and asked the system to show him his stats. The system brought it before him. Our boy saw his cultivation was at the 4th foundation establishment realm, and he had no bloodline, no innate ability, and his technique was the qi condensation stage. I think the system forgot to show our boy also had the American domain expansion infant blicky. Seeing he had 121 XP out of 4,000 XP to level up made him excited. Now this guy of an MC was excited to feel the experience of touching a corpse like in the novels he read. Reaching out his hand to touch the lifeless body of the maniac General Xiahou, N with excitement in his eyes. Reaching for his body, a ring caught his attention, and he picked it up, asking what it was. In which Daji told our boy that it was probably the storage ring where the maniac general had stored his equipment. Our boy asked, saying that since the maniac general was dead, the ring needed to be dropped in blood to identify its owner. That's correct, replied Daji while smiling. Daji moved closely to our boy, saying, My lord, let me help you. Our boy, shocked by Daji's seductiveness, his face turning red, his mind went offline and disconnected, looking at Daji, who reached out to his finger and bit it gently, looking at our boy seductively. Blood dripping out, Daji retreated her mouth. I am not a fan of romance shows, but does this count? Our boy's face was red, blushing, looking away in shyness, and thanked Daji. Our boy felt his inner energy merging with the ring, which made him close his eyes, his consciousness looking through the contents in the ring. He saw that inside there was a high-ranking palace guard clothes. Seeing other high-grade contents, our boy was satisfied, and he closed the ring, thinking that now he needed to take a bath before he goes rancid. Chang Qianqian leaned to our boy, saying he has sprained her foot, telling Qinjun if they could rest there for the night, saying that General Xiahou's soldiers were still chasing them, and they won't stop until they have avenged him. She told our hero that her and Chang Hao would help him fight them off. Alerted, Daji sensed the group of soldiers approaching and told our boy that indeed they were a group of Xiao En soldiers approaching, asking our boy if he wants her to deal with them. Our boy didn't reply to her yet, but looked in the direction Daji was looking. General Xiahou's soldiers arrived, and they were shocked to see their general's lifeless body on the ground. They readied their weapons, ready to avenge their leader. When Daji swiftly moved in front of our crackhead Qinjun, who was already excited inwardly, seeing a bundle of XP points deliver themselves to his doorstep, he told Daji to allow him to escort them to their leader. Hearing this, the soldiers were filled with rage and bloodlust when they rushed towards our boy. Without any delay, our boy pulled out his blicky and boy. This man was one-shotting the soldiers who were at the condensation realm, giving XP of both 25 to 39 XP. Blood spattered everywhere, and notifications kept ringing, telling our boy he had killed a soldier at the 5th layer of the condensation stage. In a blink of an eye, the forest was in pin-drop silence, and the soldiers were laying on the ground, dead. The arrogant Chang Hao was shocked and scared to death, wondering what type of artifact our boy was using that could instantly kill a group of the manic general's soldiers in one fell swoop. Chang Qianqian was excited and impressed that our boy had such a strong artifact that he could easily do that. Our boy turned around with the James Bond pose as he blew the smoke from the muzzle and told both Chang Qianqian and Chang Hao that they can go now. Chang Qianqian was reluctant to leave and told our hero that if he can send them back to the Zhuanling sect, he will pay him. Senior sister, said Chang Hao, approaching, trying to stop Chang Qianqian. Chang Qianqian moved our boy's hand between her 80 Scimitar planets and begged our boy that if he took them back, her father would reward him. Our boy, holding to his consciousness, blood dripping from his nose, his face red hot, told Chang Qianqian that there's no use begging. Before he could finish, a side quest popped up, saying to both of them to go back to the Xuanling sect, and the mission reward will be 10,000 XP. Seeing this, our boy was excited for the new mission, and the 10k XP was a bonus. He agreed and told both Chang Qianqian and Chang Hao that it's the duty of the strong to protect the weak. Hearing this, Chang Qianqian was moved and hugged our MC, who was caught by surprise. She thanked our boy, telling him how great he is, asking if our boy is really serious about taking them back, to which he agrees with a proud nod. Our boy was deep in thought, thinking about why the side mission triggered. The system replied, telling our boy that Chang Qianqian's desire for his help was too strong, and since it was the first time someone triggered a side mission, once completed, he will get a skill inheritance mode that will be activated. It explained that the skill inheritance mode covers all sorts of magic and art skills, and that our boy can summon randomly gods and demon skills to obtain their inheritance. Listening to the system, our boy was excited, thinking with skill inheritance, he will indeed have an endless array of attacks. Daji came and interrupted our boy's evil excitement, telling him that they would rest there tonight. Qinjun agreed, telling Daji to keep an eye on both Chang Qianqian and Chang Hao as he goes to take a bath. After some time, the three were resting under a tree when they heard footsteps approaching. It was our boy, who was looking absolutely like a K-drama protagonist. Chang Qianqian didn't expect our MC. After cleaning and taking a bath, he would turn from a beggar into a handsome person. Chang Qianqian asked our MC if he could sleep next to him tonight because he was feeling a bit scared, to which our MC just replied to her to suit himself. They all fell asleep under the dark, bright, luminous sheen of light, which illuminated the darkness.
After a long walk, they reached the wilderness. When our boy saw vultures approaching to feast on the dead animal corpse, he asked if they were demonic beasts. Daji replied that demonic beasts have the same cultivation stages, with the lowest being the Qi condensation stage, and the highest being the Immortal Ascension condensation stage, corresponding to human cultivation levels. Upon reaching the 5th level, demons can shapeshift their appearance. Chang Qianqian, whom I will call Chang Qian, asked why the Immortal Ascension stage was not in any records. Chang Hao answered her that it's confidential, and only inner disciples know about it. His response angered her, yelling that she is the daughter of the patriarch and questioning if she is not qualified. The sound of the ground rumbling alerted our boy, Qinjun and Daji. Qinjun looked ahead to see what was causing the huge cloud of dust to rise. In front of the approaching cloud of dust, there were 2 fools who were running for their lives. The cloud of dust behind them was caused by a tide of demonic beasts. Our boy said, "Run!" and Daji took him and Chang Qian, leaping into the air, leaving Chang Hao behind. Realizing he was going to die to the beast tide, Chang Hao ran after them on the ground when a beam of light passed through him, startling him. It was our boy's summon, the heavenly howling dog. The system showed that its race is from the heavenly dog race, with a cultivation higher than Daji at 4 stages, being at the 9th layer of Immortal Ascension. Its skills were Swallowing Sun Technique, Divine Nose Tracking Techniques, and the Demon King's Command Technique. Its loyalty was maxed out. The dog chased after our boy, shouting, "My lord, don't run, it's me, your howling heavenly dog," confirming that it was indeed the heavenly howling dog, an Egyptian god called Sirius, referring to the brightest star known as the dog star. Seeing this, he told Daji to put them down, but she hesitated due to the beast tide. Our boy looked at Daji and told her not to be afraid. Daji retreated back to the ground gently. Seeing this, Chang Hao was relieved that they were not flying anymore. Our boy approached the howling dog, calling it Blackie to keep things simple. He petted Blackie, saying, "Good boy." Looking at the dog, Daji sensed its monstrous aura and power, making all her senses yell at her to escape instantly. The people who were being chased quickly told our boy to run or they would die, but they lost, which made them stop in their tracks. They were surrounded by the beast tide, which only happens when a demon king appears. Our boy approached Blackie, telling him to stop the heavenly beast tide. Blackie, hearing our boy's command, used his demon king heavenly command and howled. The sound was supersonic, instantly killing weak demons at the 1st layer of the nascent stage. The people who were running covered their ears in shock that Blackie, which looked like a normal dog, was a demon king and how it was obeying our boy's order. The demons instantly halted and bowed down. Blackie, with a furious look, told them that he is joining our boy's group from now on, and they should see him as their king too, and they should go back to their respective areas. After such a command, The demonic beast tide retreated instantly, shocking the retreating people, thinking among themselves about the origin of our boy, who got a demon king to follow him. Our boy thanked Blackie for dispersing the beast tide, telling the rest they should hurry and continue their journey. Our boy spoke as he looked at the retreating beast tide. Daji asked how our boy knows Blackie. Qinjun replied that it was a secret that cannot be revealed. 5 days later, they reached the Green Altar City. Changqian said that reaching the Xuanling sect would take a day's walk. Daji and she would go to get an inn and take a shower, while Blackie said he would go with our boy. Changhao said he would join Changqian and Daji. Our boy told them that he would meet with them at the inn afterward. His answer made Changqian annoyed, expecting Qinjun to follow them. Walking some distance, the girls ran and bumped into our MC. This made our MC grin in pain, looking at them. The girl turned around and apologized to our boy, looking like she was in a hurry, walking through a busy market where people were selling their goods, and the market was lively. Our boy told Blackie that if Daji and the others didn't come out to enjoy the fireworks, it was their loss. When they heard someone yelling, saying, "Run, Chen Shuli. Why don't you continue to be stubborn, and yet you lay there like a dog and refuse to apologize?" Before we continue, if you enjoy, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Bystanders spoke about how the guy, now known as Cheng Shuli, was being mocked and was unlucky because, wanting to build a reputation, he angered the Cheng family, which had power in the Green Altar City. The commotion intrigued our boy, and he told Blackie they should go ahead and take a look. For the next part, the goal is 10 likes, 100 views, and working on 150 subspecial content.